What I've come to realize is that when people use the word real man, it's often used as a derogatory term, right? It's used as a shaming word. You're not a real man, or you should be a real man, or real men do this. And it's not in a benefit of the individual. It's actually looking to shame them. That's not the conversation I'm getting into today. This ain't a men versus women conversation. I am not with the gender wars. I am not with modern men of the problem, modern women of the problem. I'm not with any of that. So if you're looking for divisiveness, this ain't going to be the conversation for you. I suggest you click off of this and you find the thousands of other creators who are willing to feed and satisfy that beast within you. This is a conversation for those who are looking for genuinely matured relationships, who are looking for grown folks relationships. All right. So, a real man. I'm going to define a real man before I even break down the characteristics that make for a good man and how you can actually spot this man. I'm going to begin by giving a clinical definition, a simple definition that anybody can understand, even if you have a third grade reading level. A grown man or a real man is a mature man. Simple as that. One who has gone from boyhood into manhood. Now, notice I didn't say one who has grown bigger in stature and size, because there are many who have become adults but still have the mindset of a boy. There is still immaturity in the conversation. A man is one who has matured from a place of boyhood. The things that matter to a boy no longer matter to this individual. Their value system has shifted. And it's been a conscious and intentional process. You don't just become a man. That's the strange dynamic that we have, or the strange mentality that we bought into, is like, oh, because you grew up from, not having a beard, not having muscles, your testosterone level is non-existent. Now you have your voice broke. Now you're a man. No, you're not just ushered into manhood. As a matter of fact, in antiquity, in times past, we had a rite of passage into manhood. So boys would be sent off to live in a different way, to become, high character, high integrity individuals, to be brave, to be bold, to be fearless in this world, to move in a certain way. They were set apart in order to go through that maturation process. Unfortunately, we now live in a day and age where we can perpetuate boyhood damn near forever. You can find a 50, 60-year-old male who still has the qualities of a boy. He has not yet matured into manhood. So I want to make that very, very clear distinction, and I want to give you that clinical definition. So what makes a man? First, I want to define it in the opposite. There's like this Buddhist ideology where it's like, in order to define something, you define the opposite of what it is, and it draws a clear picture. Or, artists might talk about drawing in the negative spaces, right? My pops is, an incredible physical artist, and he is one who sees life in the negative. So you see outside the thing to make the thing itself, right? So we're going to first get into what a man is not. Now, most of us have been sold the image of a man by mass media, by those who create and market and advertise products to us, right? And it's for a simple reason. When they can sell you that a man is the dude who has a certain car, who has a certain lifestyle, who wears jewelry, has certain designer belts on. Like, if they can sell you on this manufactured materialistic version of a man and make that the most demanded, then women will start to pursue off of conditioning that created manufactured version, so that these companies continue to sell men more stuff. So other boys will be looking at these individuals thinking to themselves, oh, in order for me to get the attention of women, in order for me to be seen and recognized, I need to fit into this specific box that has been created. Not understanding that that's being sold to you. You're being sold on those products in order to make you a quote unquote manufactured quote unquote man. So that's how that game is played. And so most of us will have a definition of, what a beautiful woman or an attractive woman looks like as boys, right? We're shown certain imagery. It's like back in the day, there was, skinny, and then just straight skinny body types. And then all of a sudden it was, big breastises, and then it became slim, thick. and then became BBL queen, and then now it's like somewhere in between. Next is going to be, I don't know, a damn Martian. Look, I don't know what's next, but I know that they're going to continue to sell us on things that they can sell us on. So you have to be able to step out of that completely to even see that, oh, wait, I've been programmed into believing that this is what a man is. So we're so externally focused. Now, there are a few of these factors that may feed into what a man is, but they don't define a man, and they can trick you into believing that this is manhood. So you look at somebody who has a certain bank account, certain figures in the bank, right? They get to the bag. That may represent the person's ambition, which may be an indicator of maturity. But in many cases, you could very well have a dope boy. You could have, rapper, whatever it is, who's making money hand over fist, but it does not necessarily mean that they have actually matured past the boyhood phase. So money is not always an indicator. Money matters and it's important. But if you put it at the top of the value system, you will miss out on the real man. Simple as that. Then you have obviously lifestyle, which comes with that, right? They're driving a certain car, they're doing certain things. You can have a dude who is dead ass broke, who is living on credit, who's driving the car, who has a certain lifestyle, they're wearing the jewelry, but the life that they're living is in complete contradiction. Or they're on the verge of bankruptcy every day. Like there's rappers, ballers, etc., who seem to have all the money in the world, and then 5 years after their career, sometimes even less, they're not only broke, but oftentimes in debt. Right? $100 million throughout their career, gone overnight, and now they're indebted to the system. So lifestyle can't be an indicator. As a matter of fact, if somebody is looking to always feed into their lifestyle with their money, like instead of building wealth in some sort of way, or being mature about it, right? Being an adult about the situation, that is actually a sign of a lack of manhood. A man is going to make sure his family is taken care of for this generation and the next. They're not going to look to splurge on something in order to look like a certain somebody in the eyes of others. They don't give a damn about a person's perception, but we'll get into that. You might think muscles and aesthetics, looks, right? So you're told that 6 foot and above is like one of the most, I don't even know when that started, but I know that it's been a thing for most of my life, right? 6 feet and above, muscular build, etc. Now, can stature give off quote unquote masculinity? It could deceive into masculinity. You could think that, because they're bigger, that makes them a man, when in truth, it just makes them a larger body, right? Muscles just means that the person worked out enough and ate certain foods to get that body. I've met a majority of the people that I've met who are the most muscle bound are also the most insecure individuals. Not saying there aren't insecure people who don't have muscles. I'm just saying that plenty, I would say more than 50% of muscle-bound individuals are insecure about their bodies, and that's what perpetuated them into getting into that lifestyle to begin with. Now, I believe in taking care of your body. That could be an indicator if somebody's mature. I believe in, lifting weights. A man, should be as strong as he can be, but it's not for the sake of, taking pictures for IG and trying to show the world that they are a quote-unquote man, right? It's like a beard. A beard, there's another term that beard is used for, or another context that beard is used for. A beard can just be a cover-up. A beard could just be a cover-up. Simple as that. So when you're looking at these aesthetic things or these material things, they could oftentimes offset, or if you've been programmed, conditioned to believe in these things being the indicator, you will lose the whole plot. You lose the game. You're done. You're cooked. And you find yourself in one situation after another where you think you're with the man, but really you're not. So now that we've defined that, let's get to this other side of what is a man. First and foremost, a man is one who is fixated on the intrinsic qualities, on the inner qualities of self. So they're focused on who they are, their character, not their reputation, but their character. Character is who am I behind closed doors when nobody's watching and in front of everybody, right? A boy will hide his true character, but will have a reputation. So they'll move through life as, this whatever it is, cool, suave, but really behind closed doors, they're panicked, they're afraid, or maybe, they have themselves perceived as a solid dude, a loyal dude, but really behind closed doors, they're unfaithful. They're moving around slick and slimy, right? And by the way, having more women doesn't make you a man. That could be another false indicator. It's like, a lot of women are into them. No, that doesn't mean a damn thing. They could just have a certain look, and there's a majority of people who've been sold on that look, so they're just buying into what they're being sold. Simple as that. A real man is one who has developed a certain level of integrity. Their word matches their action. When they say they're going to do something, they do it. When they say they're going to do something, best believe it is done. A boy has a difficult time keeping their word because their word really means nothing. Their word is oftentimes used as a means of manipulation, right? A means of coercion, a means to throw you off. I love you on one side, but then doing the complete opposite on the other side. Oh yeah, I'm about to do this, this, and this on one side, but then do the complete opposite. And I see this in business all the time. You trying to do any type of business negotiation with somebody, they're telling you this part, oh, we're going to do this, this, and this. 3 months later, they haven't done a damn thing. So I don't believe people on their words anymore. I want to see your habits, not even just your action. I want to see your habits. How do you show up consistently? That's going to show me more. And so this man is one of integrity, and integrity is pedestalized. These are the values, folks. These are things that, our mamas and daddies were supposed to teach us, but unfortunately, many of them may not have had these qualities. Maybe some of them did, but, for many people out there, they weren't raised with somebody who had these at the forefront on the pedestal. Another thing is obviously honesty, right? Which ties into integrity, it ties into character. They are honest, which means sometimes they're going to say things that you might not like, but they are straightforward. You're always going to know where they stand. They're not doing it to hurt your feelings, but they're going to confront things as opposed to harboring them. When I was a boy, I would, feel some type of way and not say anything. I would lie about how I felt. I would harbor resentment. I would harbor basically hatred in my heart instead of just confronting a situation and speaking on it. A man is going to speak on a situation and do it in the most loving way they can, but they're going to be honest with you. That's a man. A man is one who has self-respect. The only way a man can respect you is if they respect themselves. So they move through life in a certain way. I recently talked about in a video, I believe is what a grown man wants, or what a real man wants, is there are like these dudes who you'll see on social media who got their shirt off and da-da-da-da. It's the equivalent of, the chick posting her booty pictures. Like, it's the same. They're the same equivalence, which is they're both looking for some sort of validation and attention. So a man is not necessarily looking for attention. Instead, he's looking to be valuable. And so he respects himself too much to, downgrade himself to a body. He respects himself and cares too much about these intrinsic qualities. And to be honest with y'all, it doesn't even register for us. Like, I'll be straight up with y'all. My girl, she's a fashionista. She puts things together ways I don't understand. And, I can put something together if I need to clean up or whatever it is. But I really don't give a damn, y'all. And a real man, and I'm not going to say that there aren't real men who, aren't fashionable or aren't, quote unquote pretty boys or whatever. But if your dude is spending more time in front of the mirror, or a dude is spending more time in front of the mirror than you are, then there's a lot more femininity in there than there is masculinity. I'm just being straight up with you. If he cares so much about manufacturing an image, he always has to have the fresh haircut, always has to have whatever it is. And I'm not saying there's a problem with, always getting a haircut, but always got to look manufactured, always got to look on fleek, like basically their version of makeup without makeup, right? Always got to have the latest trends and be wearing certain clothes and be seen in a certain way. That individual is not fully in their masculine. They're not really in this manhood because they care about the external. They're more fixated on the external aspects of having attention drawn to them than they are about who they actually are. So again, on the self-respect aspect is they're going to move in a certain way. They show up in the world in a certain way. There's a certain level of dignity that they have, and they will hold to that dignity. So that person is not one who's going to sell themselves out for $1. They're not going to sell themselves out for any bit of attention, no matter what. And that's a man you can trust. The one who's not willing to give into your own impulse is the one you can trust, because they won't give into the world's impulse. You might be pissed off at the moment, and you might feel some type of way. This person's saying something, and it's so genuinely blunt and truthful that you might take offense to it. But that's actually showing you that this person is moving through life in an honest way. And you would rather have those qualities than you would have somebody who's telling you what you want to hear so they can get what they want from you. And that's what many of these grown or adult boys, call them what they really are, how they'll move through life. And you might get swayed into that. You might buy into the words. You might believe in this image and this mirage, but they are not reflective of what a real man is and how a real man moves through life. See how everything I pointed out was intrinsic qualities, and those will oftentimes manifest themselves as one who's going to get to the bag, but it's not getting to the bag for a shallow purpose, to be seen as somebody who has, chains on and all types of stuff going on and grills and all types of foolishness, and is driving every single other foreign car in order to be seen, instead of because they actually like that thing, right? Because it's about the other person or the perception of others as opposed to their own intrinsic values. They're going to get to the bag, but it's going to be a different get into the bag. They're going to be, somebody who does look to work out and take care of their body, but it's not for the sake of, look at me, IG. No. It's so they take care of themselves. They value their health. They value their body because they got that level of self-respect, that level of self-love. They're going to continuously take care of themselves at their best and at their highest ability. Simple as that. You might have a certain lifestyle that they're living, but that lifestyle is not rooted, again, in the perception of others. They're not looking to be seen for this lifestyle. They would rather be respected than they would be liked. So they're not out there just saying what everybody wants to hear. They're going to speak the truth. They're the ones who, when it's unpopular to speak on what's going on politically, socially, economically, whatever it is, they will speak truth to power. Even if it means they're getting canceled, if it means that nobody likes them, if it means that their own chick might be mad at them. That's okay. They're still going to stand on what they stand on because they stand for something. Therefore, they won't fall for just anything. So that's my little short list today. I could probably go more in depth in any of these sections. So if you want me to do so, make sure to let me know in the comment section. Make sure to follow the journey. Continue to tap in if that be your desire. But more importantly, go and meditate. Go drink some water and do something for your dream, period. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
I don't chase the bag, no, I don't chase it at all. Yeah, I'm the type to manifest about as quick as withdrawals. You see my life in ATM, see all the hundreds involved. Feel like a magnet in my stack and want my energy charged. I don't chase the bag, no, I don't chase it at all. I swear my life feel like abundance, got infinity card. I'm seeing 20s, 50s, 100s, swear this life like an art. A young Picasso, I bring it in the image to dawn. I don't chase the bag, I don't chase the bag, nah. I attract the bag, yeah. I don't chase the bag, I don't chase the bag, nah.